do a quick little rundown real quick of predictions for the game, or the games for tonight. So check this out, we're going to start off with the first game. It's going to be Flaccaroni and Cheese versus Medulla and Mendola. It's going to be Justin Stevens versus Josh Schultz. It's actually a pretty good game. On paper, it's kind of a blowout. Justin is projected for 129 and Josh Schultz is projected for 109. Justin again has Peyton Manning and he has Arian Foster going against San Francisco D. Everybody's giving Justin kind of shit for the trade that he made with Ryan Matthews and Reggie Wayne for Trent Richardson. But I feel like Justin needed to make a move to solidify his wide receiving core. With Kenny Britt not doing anything and Ryan Broyles not doing anything as well, he needed another good wide receiver, and I feel like Reggie Wayne fits the bill. Now Josh Schultz, on the other hand, he has Frank Gore going against Houston's defense. Houston's defense has been giving up some pretty monstrous points to running backs, so he might actually have a good week this week. If I was Justin, I might even contemplate starting Brian Hoyer against Buffalo. But then again, I mean, Brian Hoyer is Brian Hoyer. What are you going to get from him? I just feel, I'm sorry, that's not Justin. I meant that as Josh Schultz. I'm sorry. But the thing is, why not? Who cares? Matt Stafford's a great quarterback. You got Calvin Johnson, but you never know. At least it'll be a good bye week filler for him if the bye weeks line up. But if I had to take a projection on this match, it's Justin to win 127.5 to Josh Schultz 107.2. And that's all I have for that matchup. Alright, so the next matchup I have going is going to be Team Snappy versus Gronk if you love breezes. It's going to be Alex Snap versus Tom Schultz. I think this is a great matchup on paper, and in my opinion, it's going to be the matchup of the week. The thing that hurts Alex this week is that he's got 4 people that are questionable for this week, but they should all play regardless. Unfortunately for him is that Brandon Marshall's day-to-day, and he did not practice today, which is Thursday. I also think this is going to be the week that Jimmy Graham is kept under 15 points for the whole week, even though he's been blowing up as of lately. I also think with Tom's team, getting Trent Richardson is a great pickup, even with Seattle's defense. They haven't been letting up a lot of points and a lot of scores, but the running backs last week, they gave up 25.7 points, and the week before they gave up 17.1, and that was Jacksonville. And even though that was a blowout, it's still worth to note. I like Tom's team this week, and I like him to win 117 to Alex's 109.5. Games have actually started right now, so I'm going to hurry up and try to get this done as quick as I can. Alright, the next matchup I have is going to be Suckin Johnson is your forte versus the champ is here, and that's Tim Thompson versus Joey Stevens. Again, this is another good matchup in my opinion. I need Joey to win, but I also think Tim has a pretty good chance. After looking at it though on paper, to be honest, Joey should dominate this matchup. I really don't have much breakdown going into this besides Michael Vick is going to blow up for a monstrous amount of points, and I think Darren Sproles is actually going to be kept under 15 points this week, especially with Chicago's linebacking core. They might even take the rookie and put him out on him. He's pretty quick for the linebacker. He should be able to keep up on him. The thing is with Tim's team this week is Calvin Johnson's questionable, and he's starting Rashard Jennings and Denarius Moore. Not a huge fan of either one, and Tennessee's defense is pretty good shutting down the wide receivers this year. Again, I'm going with Joey's team for the, it's not an upset, but I'm going with Joey's team for the win. I got them at 114.5 to Tim's 98 points. Alright, the next matchup I have going on now is going to be Jaquez in your face versus Laugh Out Loud's Jared Wires. Pretty clever name by both players, especially Spencer, who's now taken upon himself to make Jerry his arch nemesis, basically. Spencer's been talking a lot of shit about it doesn't matter who Mike is going to play. The thing is, I have Spencer actually losing this matchup. Regardless if Cecil Shorts is actually questionable for this match, I really like Mike's team this week. And that's basically with the matchups that he's got. Cecil Shorts against St. Louis is a great matchup, and Marshawn Lynch against Indy is a pretty decent matchup in its own. Lamar Miller against Baltimore is a pretty good matchup, even though they haven't been given a boatload of points up. They gave up 23.5 to Buffalo last week, so there is a possibility that Lamar Miller could go off. And especially with the trade of Tony Gonzalez, great pickup by Mike in my opinion. I'm going to go with Mike for an upset, 107 points to Spencer's 104.8. And here we go with another matchup. It's going to be the Roddy White Power versus Span Sucks P15. I like Jerry's team name for sure. This is two teams that are 0-4. Danny's going to have one player in tonight, and that's going to be Fred Jackson, who's already at 0.2 points. And then Jerry's got two going tonight, who's got Robert Woods, a great pickup off the waivers in my opinion. He should be a great keeper option this year, and actually Buffalo's in the red zone right now, so there's a good possibility that Fred Jackson or Robert Woods could end up with a touchdown. And then he's also got Buffalo's defense / special teams. So we'll see what happens tonight, but oh, there they go. They go up 6-0, and Fred Jackson's got a touchdown already. It kind of sucks for Jerry, but that happens. Projections are kind of close, 80.2 to 71. I'm going to go ahead and go with Danny with the win this week, just for the fact that he's got bigger names. Jerry does have a good team, but he did a great job to build for the future in my opinion. I just don't think Ray Rice is going to get the touches that he needs this week. If Ray Rice had touches about 20 in this game, then I would consider picking Jerry's team for the win, but he's just not going to get those touches. So I'm going to go with Danny as a win. Not high, probably about 88.4 to, I don't know, about 79.6 or something close to that. And then here we go with the last matchup. It's going to be Team K-Long versus Team I Like My Pussy, Titus and Young. I feel like that's the greatest team name in the league right now, but that's me. I am projected for 125 points, and Kevin is projected for 101. Kevin's got two players playing tonight. He's got Stevie Johnson playing, and he's got Jordan Cameron playing. I think this is going to be the game where Jordan Cameron comes back to the real world, where he's not going to score a touchdown. Now, my team, I got Josh Gordon starting. I love that play this week against Buffalo. It should be a pretty close game in my opinion. The big trade that I made, I ended up getting Reggie Bush from Kevin, and I don't think Kevin realized that we were playing each other this week. So I tried my hardest to get him. He ended up getting Eddie Lacy in return, and I gave up Deshaun Jackson, but that was just something I had to do. I had wide receivers on my bench, and I made a play for Marquise Colson and Larry Fitz. I feel like it was a very worthwhile trade on my opinion, or on my part, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I will take the win. I don't like to say that I'm going to take the win, but I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to score 117.4 to Kevin's 105.7. So regardless, I feel like I'm going to go ahead and take the win, and again, Kevin, I'm going to go ahead and take the win. Just going to go ahead and do a little breakdown on the standings after this week. If it comes out to the way I think it's going to go, I think Justin will end up taking the win. He'll go to 4-1, and I think Tom's going to go ahead and take the win and go 4-1 as well. Kevin will drop down to 3-2, and then it doesn't really matter what Jerry's doing. He's playing for next year, so he'll be at 0-5. It's going to be really tough to make the playoffs. Everybody's got some great teams this year. Team Snappy, he's going to drop down to 4-1, I think, and then Tim, he should be at 3-2. Hopefully, I pull up and I tie with Tim. It's going to be a big race for the wild card between Tom, myself, Tim, and